If money was no object, what Black Hills homes would you buy? Hey everybody, I'm Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty, a realtor right here in Rapid City, South Dakota, the gateway to the Black Hills. In today's video, I look at 7 different properties that you can buy in the Black Hills, from a fixer-upper to that really cool Black Hills expensive property, to give you an idea of all the different options available in the Black Hills. So let's jump on the computer and check out all of these homes.
The first thing I'm looking for is a fixer-upper. Now, we're not talking about a full-scale something. We're looking at something that's going to be easy enough to do ourselves so that we can save some money, because if you're in our market, it's really tough to find a fixer-upper and hire a contractor to do all the work. Really gets kind of tight on your money lines, your margins. Doesn't really work that well. However, we bought a home in 2022. We did some gutting of the bathroom. We did a gutting of the kitchen, but everything else, was just paint, a little bit this, a little bit there. And we're just now putting some new siding on it, and we got a little bit of equity in it. So it's going to work out really good for us. So let's look at another property that might work in that scenario. I chose this one here on St. Francis Street, southeast part of town, near the hospital. It's got the 3 beds, 2 baths, and a little bit bigger than a lot of the other ones down there that are, 900 square feet, 1,000 square feet. So it gives us a little bit more extra room and a little more extra value without, being too much to work on. And as we look at the pictures, you can see that it's not going to be too much to take care of the property. Nice little cute little lot. And as we get inside here, you can see it's an older property. I think it actually is a estate sale. So you can see, Grandma and Grandpa probably lived here, hasn't done a whole lot of updates. And even if you kept some of the features, but you replaced some flooring, you took care of some of this stuff, you cleaned this up a little bit on the kitchen, maybe replace some countertops. There's plenty of stuff you could do that isn't too expensive. And of course, the paint job and a flooring job goes a long way. $250 might be a little bit more than I want to spend, but I think if you get this fixed up, you're really close to that $300,000 mark, maybe a little bit above, depending on what you do. So you do have some room for growth there if you have the opportunity to do the work yourself. Now, this probably won't be one that you just fix and flip. It probably will take a couple years of renting, full-time renting out to make your money back out of it. But I think this is a good example of a property that might work okay for a scenario where you fix it up. The next property I look at buying is some sort of a multiplex. This fourplex here in Blackhawk has a number of things that work pretty good for it, and I think would cash flow pretty well. As you can see, this one here, it has some, siding issues. There's some things that could be done, which again, I look at as a possibility to increase value, increase rents, and increase your cash flow at the other end. This one does have 4 units. There's 2 down here, and there's 2 upstairs. These ones upstairs are pretty cool because they've got these vaulted ceilings. They look really, really big, even though they're not that big of a space. This one here, you've got that wood paneling upstairs, and it's kind of a nice property. All 4 units are metered separately, so they're paying all their own utilities. As a landlord, the only thing you're paying for is the garbage, which you could pass on to the tenants as well. He has done some pretty good work in one of the bottom units, which he has completely renovated. This one here is kind of cool with this little loft space. Most of these units are renting for $800 to $1,000 per month, which I think also has room for growth, room for improvement. You could theoretically charge more for some of these properties, but he did mention that he had one really good tenant in one that he was keeping at that $800 just so that she would not leave, because she's a very good tenant. So you always got to keep that in mind. This one down here has been remodeled. Well, this is the one I think that needs to be remodeled here. There was one little one that he has remodeled. So there are some things that could be done to make it more valuable, to increase rents, while still being able to cash flow pretty good as it is. Yeah, this is the one here that's been remodeled. Looks pretty decent here. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Kind of small. These one down here don't have a lot of windows. They're a little bit darker. So there's certain people that'll probably be okay with that, certain people that won't. So you certainly would have to work with those parameters. The next home I would consider is a getaway cabin away in the hills, kind of all by yourself. This little thing here is about perfect. It's got that Black Hills woodsy feel. You got trees behind you. I think this one actually even borders the Forest Service. And it's kind of got that old time log home look. You've got that, I love the wood stairs here, the openness of the inside. It's just, the fireplace. I suppose it looks like that fireplace isn't necessarily used at the moment, but it's kind of got that log home feel that you could get away from for a weekend and just escape here for a bit. Oh, there's your fireplace right there. Potbelly stove. Looks like they've done some updates in the bathroom. You've got the nice tile shower. So you've got the comforts of home while still being away in the hills. This one is not far off of Spearfish Canyon Road. I mean, the Spearfish Canyon's road's here, and it's kind of right there along the street a long time. There's some the trees there, and there's some other homes nearby. So it might not have all the privacy and quiet that you might really like, but it's a good option for a little getaway cabin for $495 near Spearfish, South Dakota. Oh, I love a big front porch. That's amazing. Just hanging out on the front porch. As you can see here is Spearfish Canyon Road right here, and this is the property kind of off over here. But you do have, look, you've got the creek right there. You could probably get about at the creek, and just a great little location here with all the Black Hills back in here. Yeah, see, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? My wife and I, we really love to hang out at the lake. We love water. We really love being near it. So the next property would be a lake property. Now, coming from Minnesota, lake house means you got a home on the property with a dock into the water. Well, that doesn't happen in the Black Hills because all the properties are reservoirs and state owned. However, this home right here is the closest you can get to Angostura down by Hot Springs and still be like within walking distance of the lake. Now, this area down here is a little more desert-like. You don't have quite as many trees, but this has got a great front porch that you can look out at the lake with a garage to park your cars or throw your boat in while you're not down there. So you can see here's Angostura right here, not too far of a walk to get to the lake. There's other properties nearby, but they're more of a drive. So this one you can actually get to it. You're on 2.5 acres. You've got extra parking here for your boats, your cars, your jet skis, whatever else you want to buy and store on the property for when you come down to be at the lake again. Nothing fancy inside, but when you're looking for a lake house, you're really just looking for a place to hang out, cook if you need to, hang out between not being at the lake and not being on the water. And of course, if you want to, you can make some improvements, make it a little bit nicer, make it a little make it a little homier. But I think you could live very comfortably in the property as it is, basically on the lake, as long on the lake as you can be in the Black Hills. Maybe stay here for the entire summer or come down here every weekend and really be able to enjoy lake life in the Black Hills. Next is an Airbnb property. Now, there's a lot of different rules with a lot of different counties and a lot of different areas about where you can have an Airbnb, where you can't. You got to check covenants. So what's easiest is to find one that's already been an Airbnb, a nightly rental, and then you can buy it and continue that. What's also great about this is you have a history of rental income that you can get from the previous owners and can kind of get a feel of what nights were rented, how many nights were rented, and the income and flow that has happened for the past number of years. Great about this one is the fact that not only has it been a nightly rental, but it's also at the base of the hill by Terry Peak. So this one will be very active during the wintertime when a lot of the other nightly rentals are struggling a little bit to find some people because people are now coming to the Black Hills for the winter sports and renting this at the bottom of the hill. You'd get some summer rentals, but your winter is really going to be your bread and butter. Now, obviously, this one is right along the road, so it's not very, that private setting that a lot of people who want to stay at nightly rental in the Black Hills might desire, but it's right near the action. You're close to where you want to be. Get in, get out, go skiing, go wintering, do all the different things, as well as being a spot to put and park your vehicles and get it outside some of the snow. Ample space inside to hang out. Pretty big kitchen. Look at that nice big bar. Showing some different features, and obviously we don't have, there we got some bedrooms finally. They added some different rustic decorations just to give it some class and some style. But it looks clean enough, nice enough. It's got the bedrooms, it's got the bathrooms to be a very good nightly rental in the Black Hills. I wonder if you get the four-wheeler too. In addition to this, let's get another nightly rental property that was a little more of your traditional Black Hills style that's a little more rentable, like, May through October, and maybe even you close it up during the winter time if you don't want to worry about those periods, where that other rental that we just talked about would be very big during those times. So this is property, and I can't guarantee, of course, that this is a property that would allow a nightly rental, but something like this would be perfect. It's very, very back away from everybody else. You've got some great views. You've got some decks. You've got that Black Hills log cabin feel, and you are surrounded by United States Forest Service. Look at that. You've got a lot of trees around you. Oh, I mean, what else could you get except for the rock fireplace? I mean, isn't that what everybody wants? Classic Black Hills log cabin feel interior. I think you could do a lot with this to decorate it and make it a little more vacation home style. Cabinets are a little older. That's more of an 80s style. Might be nice to upgrade those just a little bit to give it more of a class. Oh man, even a separate fireplace in the bedroom with the master bathroom. Well, that's kind of ugly, but hey, can't have everything, I guess, right? So we need to fix some water issues down here. But all in all, in general, this is the kind of idea for a property to rent out during the main part of the season and even spend some time there yourself enjoying the Black Hills because, hey, why not? I said money not being objects, right? So why not go all out on this property near Custer, South Dakota, 126 acres, $3.75 million. You don't see very many pools in the Black Hills, but this one, it's got a pool. It's got like a pool house over here. And of course, all the things that you need. Down here in Custer, you have a little more meadows amongst the trees, unlike the property we just looked like that was really stacked in the trees. It's got a little more space to breathe in this beautiful patio area. Look at that. I mean, this is just kind of a little museum, Black Hills Museum right here. Got the lofts. It's got the antler chandelier. I mean, what else do you need, right? Look at these antler kind of stairwell thing going on up here. The big fireplace. Okay, maybe too many antlers for me. I don't need that many antler everything. Big old bathroom. All the things. Huge rooms. Soaking tub. Look outside. Of course, you've got the bar, the pool room. So many square feet here. You can do almost everything with this area down here. Look right here, everybody. We got a Vikings guy right there. Good people. Big old kitchen. Oh, this is cool. I love the idea of being able to be washing dishes and being able to look out at nobody out of the Black Hills. You'll probably see some elk down here, a lot of really cool animals, some wildlife. After all, we've got 126 acres. It's a lot of room for a lot of animals to spread out and come by. Okay, I love outdoor spaces. I think this is like inside, right? Kind of, yeah, it's the outdoor space, but it's inside. You got a sauna, you got an outdoor fireplace, and then you just walk out to the main area out here. And of course, lots of garages for all your storage of all your cars. And finally, what's really cool about this property is its own little ponds. You got these little ponds. This one pops out a little bit better. You can see a couple little water features going through here. Obviously, nothing you're going to swim in, maybe not even fish in, but it's just kind of cool to have a little bit of water on your properties. You should add a fountain just for kicks. Not that anybody could see it, but just for fun. Now, and here you can see pictures of the deer and the elk that they've taken. Look at those guys. Wow. Pheasants. All kinds of wildlife down here in Custer. Since we're going to spend the money, let's just spend the money.
Thanks for coming along with me and checking out the many different properties that you can buy in the Black Hills. If you like this video, make sure you check out this video talking about the home prices. I did that in early 2025, but it gives you a pretty good idea of what you can expect for home prices in Rapid City and the Black Hills area. Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Remember, love where you live.